Hi, classmates. I think that Sir Ken Robinson is trying to communicate the thought that children all have tremendous talents and that all schools have the same hierarchy of subjects that take away creativity from students. He wants creativity to have as much importance in education as literacy, and that we should treat it with the same status. The school systems are teaching children out of their creative capacities. People are so focused on getting a certain degree or wanting to be a university professor, and it's all based on university entrance. He wants people to adopt a new kind of human environment where we can remake the value and richness of human capacity. Robinson uses many tools to communicate his message, such as referencing shared beliefs and experiences, using humor, telling stories, and using rhetorical questions. But I think that one of his key tools is signaling to the audience his key statements. His speech is very effective because he is able to use all of those tools and connect with the audience in a way that directly relates to them. Their intrigued attention allows them to connect the stories to their own lives. If the audience can't relate with him, he's able to get their understanding and transition it between what they know and what he wants them to know. He is able to connect with his audience using humor also, as a way to put the audience in a good mood. This then allows them to be more receptive to his ideas. In the new video by Shimamanda, she makes some very strong claims that allows her points to be understood by the audience. She makes her main points by using stories that influence our understanding of other people and places. She's able to create an image in our head that a single story is how we create a stereotype, even if they are untrue. She goes to show the audience that these misunderstandings and limited perspectives are universal. On top of that, she adds in a bit of humor to make the audience feel like she is their friend and not just a speaker in front of them, which helps facilitate closer relationships with her. TED Talks are a way for people to spread ideas and beliefs in a way of a short video. They allow us to listen to people who are doing cutting-edge work in multiple areas. They often are used to help demonstrate constructive ways for people to help on personal levels and allowing them to think outside of the box. In our communities, they serve to help educate the listener on different views of subjects and to allow change to happen in small ways that can later lead to a chain of reactions. In a community that is so reliant on our phones and computers, there is no better way for people to reach out and change their thought processing and open new doors for ideas and creativity. I did some more research on different TED Talks, and 3 of them stood out to me. I first watched Your Body Language May Shape Who You Are by Amy Cuddy. Right away, I noticed that she started off her speech with a question which got the audience to think about how they relate to her. Next, she relates her speech to all different types of situations, such as occupations, religious affiliations, economic and social statuses, and gender. She uses vivid examples with pictures to get her points across. She grabs the audience's attention early in her speech and continues to ask questions to get them to relate her circumstances to their own. She compares humans to primates and makes the audience evaluate how their own actions make the mind change their body image. The next video I watched was How Great Leaders Inspire Action by Simon Sinek. He also started out his speech with a few questions. He uses visual aids by drawing a golden circle to illustrate how only there is one way for people to become inspiring, and they only ask the question why for many topics. He changes his tone of voice and compares average people to inspiring leaders. He repeats himself multiple times to get his point across and constantly asks questions just to answer them. Lastly, I watched Why People Believe They Can't Draw by Graham Shaw. He asks many questions at first, just like the other 2, and he challenges our beliefs of what we already think we know compared to what actuality is. He uses visual aids to help people learn how to draw. I thought it was interesting how he made sure everyone was a part of his activity and made certain that everyone was done and thorough with their drawings. He made sure everyone understood what they needed to be done and accomplished it, and did not move on until people were ready. He also uses humor to make the audience feel better about their artwork. He allows people to understand that others who have disabilities can draw to communicate, so anyone can draw if they can. He uses personal experience and is able to relate it directly to scenarios in the audience's own lives without knowing personal background. All of these TED Talks are beneficial in opening up our thought processing and allowing us to think outside of the box. They are a great source for hearing personal stories and interactions that can help influence to make a decision.